Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SimCity 2013. So, we have our second city in this playthrough just about completed and wrapped up. I have no intention of doing anything this episode other than taking a tour of the city and, just exploring, seeing what we've created. Also, apparently, our mods are not activated. Well, Project Orion is not activated, apparently, for some reason, and I think that might have to do with the fact that I upgraded to Origin Premier, Origin Premier Access, because I wanted earlier access to Madden 19. Yeah, I know, okay? Listen, I'm a football guy. I got to get my fix, okay? And I wanted it now. So I upgraded to that a few days ago. And since I had it, it was like, hey, SimCity Complete Edition comes with Origin Premier Access. Here you go. And so it gave me all of this new stuff, which is pretty cool. But apparently it disabled my mod. I don't know, not that it was working necessarily to begin with, in the sense that we couldn't plop any RCI outside of the original box, which was annoying, and frankly, not worth my time to try and go around, because the only stuff that we could plop outside the, box were some, like, standard buildings, like, you know, a large fire station, for example. Nothing regarding residential, commercial, or industrial zones, which was kind of a deal breaker for me. So in that sense, we don't even really need it, but it made me feel comfortable to have, in all honesty. But it's fine. You know, not much we can do about it. So we're just going to go ahead and take a tour of the city here, and we're going to talk about it. And this is the initial intersection. People coming in from the highway. If I could not drop frames like an absolute madman every time I try to turn the camera, that would be ideal. Thank you very much. Lower your graphic settings. I don't feel like it. I would prefer to to keep them here. Thank you very much. Look at these school buses. What the hell? I thought we didn't have any Cities of Tomorrow based roads or anything, or are we just upgrading for the future prematurely? I have no idea. But this is the initial intersection. Got the cars coming in from the highway. Traffic is starting to build up because this was very poorly designed, but I mean, you know, like you gotta have an initial intersection, I think, and this was just the spot for it. A lot of traffic flows through here. We're gonna go this way first because this is the main business sector of town. And by that, I mean the only business sector in town. You have your office buildings, you have a few shops here and there. Nothing exciting or all that extravagant, because, you know, we didn't need a whole lot. We never needed a whole lot for this area, and frankly for the whole city. You know, it was like demand was never there for it. You know, there was always a demand for residential and industrial, but never commercial, really, all that much. And so we start to move into the residential zones of the area. And, like, you know, a lot of them are saying land value is low. That, or they want me to upgrade the roads to increase density. I am going to worry about neither one of those things, because we're just taking a tour of the city. There is a trailer home here, and there is, I mean, I guess, considering that you guys don't have enough room, apparently, to upgrade, I can let it slide, but not happy about it. So we're going to keep going this way. We're kind of just going to go around the border and then somewhere along the line make our way into the middle. I'm thinking anyway. We may not even explore the whole city. In all honesty, there isn't a whole lot we could explore because a lot of it is repetitive in that we did the same thing for multiple areas in the city. But I don't know. We'll see. So this is another part of the highway. Whoa, okay, alright. And apparently people on this coming this way just use this as a place to make a U-turn, which is interesting and also illegal, but that's fine. And we're yeah, I mean, like all of this all along here is all residential, and we're starting to upgrade over here. Apartment buildings are starting to come in. Actually, it looks like they're upgrading to high wealth apartment buildings, which I was not anticipating, but apparently that's a thing that's happening. Got a lot of townhouses. Townhouses are all the rage, according to that notification that pops up at the top when your first townhouse comes in. But yeah, I mean, I mean, this is really what it looks like for a good chunk of the residential area in the city. It's starting to change with these new, you know, high wealth apartment buildings and whatnot, but college here, got a big old high school here too. I think this area was actually relatively well designed. I actually like how this looks, all things considered, you know, because it's difficult to make a high school campus or a college campus look good in this game, and I think we did a pretty good job. I think we did a pretty good job with the university as well. You know, even though I couldn't do exactly what I wanted to do with it, and I can't fill this area in with anything, I think it's a pretty nice campus. You know, this is just like a little park area. People can play football in this area or something, you know. I don't know. Do what you want. It's an open field for you to utilize to your advantage. And then this is all stuff that was recently built, so I don't need to spend a whole lot of time here, but just more residential areas, and we start to come into these high wealth businesses that I had to put in because people were complaining that there weren't enough of them. And then this is just another commercial district in town, mainly a low wealth one. I guess there are like two business sectors in the town, this one over here and then the one closer to the entrance of the city. This area is very busy too, lots of traffic, which is good. It's a thing you like to see. And then we reach the industrial area over here. Lots of traffic over here. Holy shit. They're all trying to make their way into the other business sector. And I really have not provided a means for them to get there without being stuck in traffic. Entirely my fault. Don't really care though. Maxis. Aw. Makes me a little sad. For those of you that aren't aware, Maxis shut down 2 or 3 years ago, I think. You know, SimCity failed. It flopped miserably. Entirely as a result of EA fucking with it and, you know, placing these massive constraints on Maxis, you know, monetarily, and as well as in time and, you know, what they were allowed to do, because Maxis really wanted to make this a fantastic game. They wanted to give us bigger maps. They wanted to give us, you know, offline capabilities right from the get-go, but EA did not let them, and it ultimately resulted in their downfall. You know, just another victim of EA's fucking tirade through various game developers. It's sad, but it's just how it is. The only part of Maxis that I think is still existent is the part that works on The Sims 4. I think that's all that's left. And that's like a separate office than the one that shut down as a result of the failure that was this game. You know. So it's a little tragic. I was upset when it happened because, you know, Maxis as a whole has meant a lot to me. You know, if I reflect on my life over the past few years, Maxis has meant a lot to me. You know, it gave me gave me SimCity. That's for sure, which has occupied a shit ton of my time, a shit ton of my efforts, and it really introduced me to the to the idea of being passionate about video games, because my channel was founded on SimCity. You know, I started a YouTube channel because of SimCity. You know, that's part of the reason why I wanted to make a return to SimCity, even just for a little while. You know, was because SimCity is the foundation of my channel. It's what allowed me to grow initially and allowed me to succeed initially. And when I moved on from it, I did suffer some, you know, some fallout from viewership I did have and the base that I did have. But, you know, I couldn't stick around with the game forever. You know, but I owe that to Maxis, you know, allowing me and giving me the inspiration to do this, you know, and giving me the foundation to do something that I really enjoy doing. And for that, I'm forever grateful. As sappy and corny as that is, it's true. It's all true. And, you know, other than that, not really much else to look at. We've got this little sector in here where it's left kind of unexplored, but then it eventually blends into an area where we were. And everything in here is just all residential. Got a nice soccer field here. I think this is soccer, right? Yeah, that's soccer. And we got nets and stuff. It's pretty obvious it's soccer. Okay, well, listen. All right, I couldn't tell. It looked like a volleyball court or a tennis court from a distance. I couldn't tell, okay? Jesus. But I think with that being said, we are going to leave this episode here. You know, this was a relatively short episode, but all we wanted to do was to go through the town, explore, you know, look at what we had created here. And then next episode, we're going to move on to the next city. Don't know what kind of city I'm going to want to build. Will it be more industry-based? I have no idea. Is it going to be centered around an entirely different specialization? No idea. I don't know. We're going in and we'll figure it out when the time comes. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this episode of SimCity 2013, let me know down in the comments section below. Like the video and share it with your friends, and let me know you want to see more of any game series I do here on the channel. The link down to the game is in the description box down below if you want to pick it up for yourself. Subscribe to my channel for more gaming content. I play all sorts of games on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. And before I forget, we have to change the name of the city too. That is a part of this episode as well. I completely forgot about that. Let's see. What do we want to name it? I want to name it, you know, something inappropriate. I do want to give it like a funny name, but you know, going for the inappropriate joke for a second time in a row is a little redundant. You know, I don't know. You can name it like, or we could give it an entirely normal name too. That, you know, that's an idea, I think. I have no idea. I have no idea what I would actually want to name it. Let's see. There we go. I got a stupid one for you. There we go. House town. Get it? Because we have a lot of townhouses in here. But it's reversed, and house is becoming, or is a before town in this scenario. I listen. First thing I could think of out of everything, like out of all that brain, out of all that time racking my brain, that's what I came up with. We're sticking with it. But with that being said, love you guys very much, and I'll see you in the next episode.